Welcome back to the Gentleman Juggcast. I'm Gentleman Jugg.
I'm Son.
Hey. So, if you like what you're listening to, check me out on Gentleman Jugg on YouTube. Check me out on Gentleman Jugg on Instagram. Check me out Gentleman Jugg on Twitter. And gentlemanjugg at iCloud.com is my email. Now we got all that out the way. How's it going?
It's been good.
Has it?
Kinda.
Right. Okay. So, what are we talking about today?
World wrestling.
Well, but after that, what's the meat and potatoes of this podcast?
Well, Blade 2.
Blade 2. You know, I put it on Instagram that we were talking about this movie, and I got a like. So we're getting bigger.
Yes.
Okay, but you want to talk about wrestling, so let's do that.
Yeah. Monday Night Raw and SmackDown.
And Monday Night Raw again.
Yep.
Okay, go for it. Take us there, son.
Pretty sure the Raw. This is gonna be the Raw after WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
They explained that Alexa Bliss betrayed the Fiend
because
she didn't need the darkness anymore.
She didn't need his brand of darkness. That's what it seems like. She didn't need the Fiend's brand of darkness. And she's like, I already had it. It's like, no, you didn't. No, the fuck you didn't.
So my question, though, is like, if she was going to betray him and she already had her powers, why didn't she just let him stay dead?
I don't know. You're asking logical questions.
I mean, I guess they had to bring him back to drag out the story even more.
I don't think they're doing it anymore. Everybody seems to be saying, hey, we're done. Like Alexa Bliss, like, I'm not talking about the Fiend no more. And then the Fiend's like, I'm not talking about Alexa Bliss no more. Then Randy's like, I'm not talking about Alexa Bliss or the Fiend anymore.
Randy's like,
I'm done with that.
He's like, I'm done with that. I'm different now.
Yeah, they all seem to be done. So it's like whatever.
So, please. And then all of a sudden, like the week before WrestleMania Backlash, oh, we're gonna all fight.
I'll stop watching. I'm telling you, I'll stop watching.
Yeah.
So other than that, though, what's going on SmackDown? What happened on SmackDown this last Friday?
Oh, there's one more thing I have to say about Raw.
Okay.
So they had a triple threat match to fight Bobby Lashley, and of course Drew won. So that seems like Drew is gonna get his title back at Backlash.
No. It's not called Backlash. It's called WrestleMania Backlash.
Oh, WrestleMania Backlash. Drew's gonna.
If that's the case, then they should just go ahead and name every one of them. Let's have it WrestleMania Money in the Bank.
WrestleMania SummerSlam.
WrestleMania Survivor Series.
WrestleMania Hell in a Cell.
WrestleMania Royal Rumble.
WrestleMania Elimination Chamber.
I think I'm tapped out.
I mean, there's always
WrestleMania Great Balls of Fire.
WrestleMania Clash of Champions.
They still do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They did it last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, because they have too many freaking what's it called? Pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, let's go ahead and have WrestleMania Fastlane out.
Yeah, or WrestleMania Crown Jewel.
Ooh. Yeah. They could call it that. I forgot all about that. Yeah. WrestleMania Crown Jewel. I you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
I mean, that one's all right.
It wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah. I
don't know. Drew McIntyre is great and everything. I'm kind of looking at Bobby Lashley right now. I kind of want to see what he's all about as champion. Like he's been doing great. I like seeing him there.
Yeah. He's probably gonna lose soon, but
perfect time for the Hurt Business to get back together.
Well, they did.
They seem to want to freaking have what's their name?
Mason T-Bar.
Mason T-Bar.
That boy ain't right.
Yeah, that's what Jerry the King Lawler called him.
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't see that coming when he said it. T-Bar means that boy ain't right.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre called him Teabag.
Yeah, of course he did. You know, why not? I could have sworn I saw it. I don't know why I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
I could have sworn I saw him. Maybe I just didn't hear. Maybe he just said it in such a way where I was probably doing something else when I was watching it.
He was like,
I usually work out, so
he was like, I'm gonna fight Mason Teabag.
the problem is that I don't know why I didn't pick that up. Right, it seems like something I'd pick up right away.
I guess not.
I missed it.
That's what I'm here for.
To call somebody teabag?
Yeah.
I'm here to remind you, Teabag is on the ring today. I don't know. I mean, ever since Retribution broke up, you know, they've been trying to figure out what to do with these two guys. You know, I mean, because no one cared about Retribution. No one gave a fuck.
No, everyone forgot about Slapjack.
And they didn't do shit with them, or at least they didn't do anything meaningful with them. They tried throwing Mustafa Ali with it, but then it just ended up with like no. So it's like, well, what did we gain?
I mean,
from doing any of this, nothing. It's the same thing with Alexa Bliss, Randy Orton, and The Fiend. What did we gain? We gained nothing. At the end, nobody wants to associate with each other. So it's like, what is this? What did we do here? We didn't do anything.
All we did was make The Fiend lose at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we did.
Whatever. We know how I feel about that. So
yeah.
What about SmackDown? What happened on SmackDown?
Well, on SmackDown, I mean, we got Roman Reigns at the beginning, and he was just talking about how he's like, I did exactly what I said I was gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I beat them both, pinned them, I won.
He did, you know, and I'm down with that. I'm all right with it. I've been saying forever I like Roman Reigns as champion,
and he's like, Paul Heyman, fire up the jet. We're getting out of here now. I'm done.
I mean, but then like they had to sit there and do what's starting to kind of become like the thing where like Cesaro comes out and he's like the last guy. Like the last guy was freaking, you know, Edge, who comes out of nowhere. Well, he kind of didn't come out of nowhere. He won the Royal Rumble, so he picked Roman Reigns. But then Daniel Bryan comes out of nowhere, you know, and then who else comes? Kevin Owens comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
you know, and they're like, I think I can take him, and he's like, okay, fine, we'll go at it, you know. But then, what's the formula? They freaking have Jey Uso fight the guy that Roman Reigns is supposed to fight, lose, and then that gives the next guy the opportunity to sit there and fight Roman Reigns for the title, you know. And
then when they do fight, Jey Uso jumps in and saves Roman.
Yeah. So it's like he gets to sit there and freaking, you know, tenderize him and then sit there and freaking get his ass whipped. And then he's the guy who's saving Roman Reigns. It's the same formula for like the last three things.
I know. Like get Paul Heyman in there to fight them instead.
Well, no. I don't know. I don't know how long Jimmy Uso is going to be out. It seems like he's been out for almost a year, so I don't know how bad his injury was.
I wonder if he comes back. It's just going to be him and Jey Uso beating up the guy Roman's supposed to fight, and Roman just sits there and he just waits.
That's probably what's going to happen, and it's going to get to the point where like the next guy is going to sit and be able to take out Jay and Jimmy at the same time,
and then Roman's just going to come in from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I guess Cesaro came out, and like as he was about to speak, Roman just left.
I mean, look, Cesaro's the next guy. He deserves a main event push. I want to see him sit there and go for it. But the thing is, I'm not done with Roman Reigns being champion yet.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, all right, you know, I like seeing Cesaro get that main event push, but I want him to be champion pretty soon, like early on. But I want Roman Reigns to freaking do it first. Now, maybe if Cesaro was going up against Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, then I'd be like, all right, yeah, give it to Cesaro, you know, but like, I'm not done with Roman Reigns yet. However, if Roman Reigns were to lose the title fighting Cesaro, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be upset. I'd be like, fine. I'm okay with that.
I just hope when he loses the title, they don't immediately go, okay, good guy now.
You know, they tend to let somebody be a heel for about a year.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're the Miz, and you can do it for like your whole entire career except for like a few months and then go back to being a heel.
Again.
You know, I mean, Drew McIntyre was a heel for what seemed like a year when he came back. So,
And then he turned good guy for another year.
Yeah. So, I mean, they usually let people be bad guy for a year, unless you're Bailey or Sasha Banks, I mean, but Bailey was a face for a long time, though.
Yeah.
So, whatever. What else you got for wrestling?
We got the Raw this week that happened yesterday for us.
Mm-hmm.
So on this Raw, Drew McIntyre, I guess he got attacked by Mason T-Bar, and then him and Braun Strowman had like a tag team match, and they got disqualified because Drew ripped off their mask and started beating him with their own mask.
I mean, whatever.
And I get so they've been unmasked now.
Yeah, I saw them. I mean, I don't remember what their faces looked like before the mask, because they didn't have masks before when they became Retribution. Well, before that, there were just two guys. There actually was like a bunch of guys who were just on NXT, not wearing masks, and then they all started wearing masks, and I couldn't remember what these clowns looked like until Drew McIntyre pulled their masks off. I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I think it kind of contradicts it, because wasn't one of the people in Retribution, wasn't one of them fired for their mask falling off in the middle of a match?
Yeah.
And now they've ripped the masks off. So
was Slapjack the one who got fired?
No, it was a girl.
Oh,
well, I forget who it was.
Oh, well, everyone forgot about Slapjack.
Well, Slapjack is a forgettable character, I guess. I don't know.
He just doesn't
fucking name. I mean, here's the deal. I'm not against them having stupid names, because I grew up with characters having stupid fucking names in wrestling. So
T-Bar's good though.
It's fine. I mean, I think at some point in time we kind of got to the point where people just had first and last names. Some people get to have only only one name, like Buddy Murphy is now just Murphy.
Or you got
Murph.
Or Matt Riddle's now Riddle.
Yeah.
Or the Riddler.
Whatever they want to call him. I don't know. It's so, whatever. Women's tag team, don't care. I'm actually kind of getting more interested in the women's Raw Women's, title. That's getting more interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see where that goes.
We had Riddle be like, let's form Team RK, bro. And he's like, Randy, I can get you a matching scooter with some snake skin, some fangs.
Yeah, I don't care about that. They'll probably have a beef, and then it'll whatever.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Randy's got to do something now.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, they could use him for anything, and he's going to be great in whatever they put him in. So we'll see what happens with that. Pretty sure he's not distracted anymore, so I guess he can go do whatever he's going to do.
Yeah, he's no longer distracted.
Yeah, or beating up people in the dark.
Yeah. He's no longer wearing the socks mask.
The socks mask?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. There was like one Raw where he's like wearing a mask. Because he got burned?
Yeah. Yeah, that was protecting his face for real. He really got burned.
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't it. That wasn't a prosthetic. He got fucked up. That shit hit him in the face. Alexa Bliss decided to freaking fiend a fireball into his face. Which is like weird, because I'm like, I've seen the fucking thing. I saw it on fucking some one of the YouTube channels of somebody shooting a fireball. She had that.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to look like, it's like it came from her hand. Like, as soon as she did, I'm like, I know what the fuck they did. Yeah. I know what you did. No one believes Alexa Bliss can fucking do it. And with her new story that she's kind of going with, I want to see where it's going, but at the same time, I don't care.
Like, you see, my friend Lily was with me since childhood.
Like, you just got your fiend powers like months ago. Okay?
And he's like, you see, what's scary is that I pushed someone off a swing and then I ate their ice cream. And as she says it, they play like scary music in the background, like it's terrifying.
I really don't care about Alexa Bliss. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, I do not care.
Yeah, we didn't even get to see Bray Wyatt at all.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they'll freaking do something that'll be awesome, but I'm not seeing it right now. I
Nope.
can't. I don't even see where it's going. I don't see where it's gonna end up. Don't care
It just seems like we destroyed the Fiend, basically.
for no fucking reason. But whatever. You know.
He doesn't have to even be burned alive anymore to be killed.
I don't know. It seems dumb. Maybe they'll make the Fiend awesome again, but I doubt it. You know, they just like to sit there and let Bray Wyatt just, you know,
like, good luck recovering from WrestleMania loss.
Well, it's like they don't like to let Bray Wyatt, like, you know, be the terrifying thing he was, because I don't think that he wanted the Fiend to go in the direction that it went.
I'm pretty sure he was going to stick with the direction like he had before, where it was just a monster fighting all of his old people, all of his old enemies.
Yeah, which was going to make some good shit, you know, but they fucked it up.
I don't think he went in the direction where he would join Alexa Bliss and then he would burn and then black goo and, and fireballs and stuff.
No, well. So, on to this movie. What movie are we talking about?
Blade 2.
Came out in, I believe it was 1998. What was I doing in 98? No, it didn't come out in 98. It came out in like 2002? I think it came out in 2002. I didn't look that up. I don't know why I didn't look that up, but whatever. 2002, I'm pretty sure. And I just graduated from high school. It did not come out in 2002. I think it came out in 2003 because Spider-Man 1 came out in 2002. I don't know. But what I do know is that what we were doing, my brother, your uncle, we wanted to go see Blade, and it was rated R. So we just drove to a movie theater that we could finally get one that we could both go into, because he wasn't old enough. He was like 17. They're like, you can't go see it. And he's like, okay. So we just went to another one, and finally they let us in. So that's how we saw Blade 2 together. And it wasn't even that bad. You know, it was like, there was no nudity in it. Nothing like that. There's nothing crazy that I could tell. What did you think of this movie?
It was violence.
Well, yeah, it's violence. Of course it's violence. I mean, this movie with Guillermo del Toro was awesome.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it a lot when I saw it in theaters. I thought it was badass. This movie came out fucking like people were not really riding the high of the first Blade movie, but it was directed by Guillermo del Toro, and I think it was one of those movies that he had to direct so that he could direct something he wanted.
Yeah.
You know, and of course he directed Blade 2, and I don't know why. I don't think he directed Blade 3, which, you know, wait till you see that dumpster fire. Oh. But Blade 2 was awesome. I liked it. It was great.
Great movie.
What'd you like about it?
Well, the violence.
The violence. the murders, the deaths, the kills.
The action.
The action was great. You know, you could really tell that Wesley Snipes, who plays Blade, is really liking the fact that he's playing Blade.
Yeah.
Just all about it. Just like, you know, trying to growl and shit like that. It's fucking great. So let's get into it. We're talking spoilers here. You know the deal.
Yeah.
So this movie starts off what looks like a bum who's about to donate some blood. Walks to a back room. Turns out that these people that are going to take his blood are actually vampires that are going to kill him. But then the bum starts freaking crying. Then he starts freaking laughing. And when he gets up, because I'm thinking that they have him subdued somehow, he gets up, bites the female vampire nurse, and just blood comes all over the wall. Just explosion of blood on the back of the wall. I'm like, that is fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's like, hey, vampires.
Yeah. He fucking took her the fuck out. Killed all 3 vampires, actually. Turns out he likes to eat them. Or feed on them. Is what they like to use. You know, and then after Wesley Snipes gets to sit there and Blade gets to talk to us, you know, what happens next? Blade's, you know, doing some vampire chasing.
They show him like cut people up and shoot them and hit people with a motorcycle and
It's badass. It's badass the entire time, just chasing, hunting, and killing, in all kinds of cool ways. And then the whole entire reason why he's doing all this is because I guess he found Whistler.
Yeah, because I guess Whistler didn't die.
Yeah, he didn't shoot himself in the fucking head. Which I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't know how he shot him. Maybe, you know what? We didn't see him in the last movie shoot himself. We just heard a gunshot go off, and then he wasn't there.
Yeah.
So he could have just shot at the wall, right?
Yeah.
So
shoot the wall and run away.
Right? Yeah, shoot the wall, run away, whatever. So what happens next? So Blade finds Whistler, brings him back to base, somehow, some way, turns him back into a human. Like, this guy's been vampire for how long? Like
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. And now here he is,
he's human now.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal.
Now you see, as long as you're not one of the throwaway goons, you can come back.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, if you're a throwaway goon, then Blade's like, I have to kill you, man.
Unless you're that first, vampire at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, he said, I'm not going to kill you.
Catch you later. So then you get to meet this one cat that Blade's been hanging out with for, I guess, these 2 years, called Scud. Now, this guy is played by Norman Reedus. I don't think you watched me play PT, but this guy's name is Norman Reedus. He normally plays Daryl on The Walking Dead, the vampire show you don't watch. So,
but it's a vampire show?
I'm sorry, zombie show. Thank you. Maybe you watch it more than I do. Holy fuck. Yeah, he plays it's in a zombie show called The Walking Dead, and I think that's what he's more known for, not Boondock Saints or Blade 2 or any other stuff. Walking Dead. So I don't know. He basically is the new Whistler, building Blade weapons and stuff like that. And then it's like a good 10 minutes of exposition dump of just stuff happening.
Well, yeah, they have to do that. That way the rest of the movie can be.
Yeah. And then when the movie comes back, then you get to see Blade fighting 2 ninja vampires in his base.
Yeah.
I
mean, he beats them both up.
Yeah, he beats them up. I mean, it's cool. It's filled with action and adventure and bad CGI. You know, it's just, I mean, CGI wasn't the powerhouse that it is now. I mean, it was difficult to make Spider-Man look cool, until they did it.
You couldn't, you couldn't make a purple grape yet.
Purple grape.
Thanos.
Oh, I'm like, where are you going with this? I think he's more of a raisin chin. Right?
I think. Well, like in Guardians of the Galaxy, he's like purple, but then as you go through the movies, he gets lighter and lighter.
I guess I kept thinking he was getting darker. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. That's not impossible. But we'll get to that movie. Don't worry. We will get there
someday.
Yeah, sooner or later. Want to be like freaking. Okay, well, we're running out of freaking things to say, so I guess it's time to talk about Thanos.
Yeah.
I'm 70-year-old Jugg, and here's 50-year-old Jugg, or son. So when those 2 vampires finish fighting Blade, you meet Nisa, who's, I guess, supposed to be the quote-unquote love interest of Blade, I guess.
But not really.
But not like, yes, but no. It's like, look, she's an attractive woman and a vampire, so whatever. Wearing the tight leather, like what everybody was wearing after the Matrix came out, so whatever. They turns out that the vampires here want to have a truce with Blade, because the new thing called the Reapers have come out and decided that they want to freaking start feeding on vampires, and then those will start feeding on humans.
Let me get this old grandpa vampire.
Yeah, his name was Demaskinos. That was his name. That was the character's name.
Yep. He just comes out, Blade, we want a truce.
It tripped me out because it's like this guy is like painfully vampire. right?
Yeah.
Like he's just like I'm like the oldest. He's supposed to play that kind of character, but like still, it's like how much more vampire things can you do? Like he just goes and sits inside of a vat full of blood.
Yeah, he just sits in there like a Lazarus pit.
Yeah, like a Lazarus pit, like it's healing him in that way. You know, you come back later when he's eating dinner, it's like blood jello.
Yeah.
Is that what you saw? It's like that fucking jello?
He's even got a robe.
Okay. Yeah, that makes him a vampire. I have a robe also. Am I a vampire? Yeah, he's got a robe. That makes him vampire. You know, I'm pretty sure Batman has a robe somewhere.
That's why he's part bat.
No, he's all human. He just likes to think he's part bat. Like Superman's all Kryptonian. He likes to think he's human.
Yeah.
You know, but whatever. So, I mean, look, I like how sickly Demaskinos looks.
Yeah.
You know, as a vampire, you know, like you do definitely have to have like a vampire that's fucking like old and decrepit and shit like that. You know, he probably has centuries more to go, but like it's like whatever.
Or you could just choose Dracula, who's old and decrepit but looks really young.
Well, you're reading ahead, Jalen. Okay, you haven't seen Blade 3 yet. Okay. All right. Why don't you just go ahead and put that back in your pants.
All right.
All right. So the vampires really want Blade to help them kill all the Reapers before it actually gets to be worse. So turns out that the vampires have been training a team for like a couple years to kill Blade. And this team is called the Blood Pack. And the bald guy, that's Ron Perlman. I told you that a while ago that you should know who Ron Perlman is because he also plays Hellboy. But
oh, I haven't seen Hellboy.
Yeah, like we'll get there. Okay. But in this movie, he's playing Reinhardt. Now, I like him in this movie. He's awesome here.
Yeah.
Okay. But you also have fucking Donnie Yen, you know, the Ip Man. I don't know if this is his first American movie, but because he doesn't say shit here. I don't even know if he can speak English at this point.
I don't know. To me, he always looks like the guy from Rogue One, where it's like one with the Force and the Force is one with me.
That's him.
Oh, that's him?
That's him.
Oh.
That's him.
Oh. I thought it was a different guy, but I thought it was like a different guy, but the same.
No, it's him. That's him. You know, but he can talk English now, so you know he gets to be like a much better actor. But in this first Blade movie that he was in, you know, he was
just quiet.
Yeah, pretty much quiet. I don't think he either didn't have lines or he couldn't speak English. One or the other. I'm not sure.
Or he said something. He said.
I don't think he said anything. I think he just used hand symbols and shit like that.
Yeah, he saw a Reaper. He just pointed at it.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
But then when he's eating him, he's just pointing. He's like, "Help me."
Yeah, just get me like. So I'm watching them do this stuff, and I'm thinking like, I got Donnie Yen up in this son of a bitch. Surely they won't fucking waste him. Surely he won't fucking get, you know, taken out like a bitch, you know?
Yeah.
Surely. So, but before we get into that, we'll be right back. And we're back.
Again?
Yeah, of course.
For the first time.
Actually, for the second time. Because I fucked it up. So Reinhardt tries to punk Blade out, right?
Yeah.
Tries to talking to him like shit, asking him, "Can you blush?" and stuff like that, you know. And so Blade, you know, puts a fucking explosive on the back of his head.
Yeah.
You know, and for most of the whole movie, he just has that in the back of his head.
You know, that's what good guys do. They
just stick bombs to the back of your head.
Yeah.
Batman sticks a bomb on somebody's dick.
Yeah, and then he throws him down a hole and walks away.
That explosives are a part of superhero lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the superhero's fault the bomb explodes.
It's not Batman's fault that he put a bomb on your dick and it blew up. You should have gotten it off.
Yeah, you should.
Sorry. There's a rocket in my pants, and I'm waiting for it to take off. I'm dumb. So the goal here is to figure out where vampires congregate, because the Reapers are going to try to go there so that way they can kill more vampires and feed on them. So the what's her name? Nisa decides to set everybody up at this place called the House of Pain. Okay, and what is the House of Pain?
It's not a house of pain.
It's really just another club that vampires are dancing at.
Yep, and you just have Blade just sitting there. He's like, oh gosh.
Oh Jesus. Here we go. You know, it's
I mean, as he's standing there, all the other vampires, like, they're just like, huh? Oh no. And they're like running away from him, like, oh no.
Well, but just before that, you see all these Reapers like right below the club.
Yeah.
And then you see Nomak in there, and he's sitting there freaking like, Daywalker. And I'm like, wait, he can smell him from down there underneath concrete and vents and all that bullshit.
And
300 some odd vampires.
He's like, I can see him. I smell him already.
I smell. Daywalker.
Like, Blade was standing the farthest away from the vents.
He probably was. I don't remember how far he was close to the vents or whatever, you know, but I don't know. Eventually, you know, he the shit starts to go down in this club, and the Reapers, I guess, are acting like zombies to vampires.
Yeah.
You know, you see how I'm getting there? Because they start to cause a ruckus around the club. Just, you know, fucking shit up, tearing out zombies' faces and stuff like. They really didn't really kill any other zombies besides vampires, besides like one guy.
Yeah.
Priest, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the character's name. They freaking got him, and you actually get to see the freaking vampire, how the Reapers feed. They freaking, you know, open up their mouth. It starts from their chin and goes down to their neck, Adam's apple or whatever.
Then like a giant tongue comes out.
Yeah, and then freaking just starts freaking feeding on them from the head, I guess. Whatever. So, it is what it is. It just, but after all of it, you know, it's just you just see that the sunlight is still a weakness of the Reapers. Okay, great, fine, whatever. So, you know, Scud gets attacked in his van. He's in there freaking doing his thing. Whistler's supposed to be watching him, but he disappears because he went off to go find another Reaper somewhere. And then Nomak gets shot in the fucking head.
Yeah.
Like, he's got Nisa captured and he's sitting there freaking talking, and then all of a sudden Blade's like, you know, I'm gonna fight him, and he's like, Nisa, kick him in the dick, and she kicks him in the dick, and then he shoots him in the head, and then Nomak's like, ow, and then runs off. You know, which, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah, main villains can't die yet.
At least not at this time. Not at this time. But, you know, and then Donnie Yen, like you say, he looks cool with his swords and shit like that, fucking fighting the Reapers and pointing at it, like extreme pointing.
Yeah.
You know, so this is an all around pretty badass scene. I dug it.
Yeah. Then you have everyone else trying to shoot the Reapers over and over again, and it just does nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. And they figure it out later on, but whatever. And then, you know, Blade versus Nomak Part 1. They're fighting. It's morning, kind of, but Blade is still fighting in, I guess, ruins of the club.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got there, but whatever it is, they got in that area and they started fighting. And Nomak is doing, you know, his thing, freaking just talking trash, and they're fighting, falling down things, punching each other.
But why are there ruins inside of a club?
I don't know. That's what I was saying. I was like, there's ruins in there. Ruins.
Oh my What is this room used for?
Maybe they're expanding. I don't know.
Maybe it's for the old guy vampire. He just walks around.
Put another blood pit right there. He doesn't sound like that even remotely. But
when he has his hood on, he looks like the Emperor from Star Wars.
Who the
vampire?
The Demaskinos?
Yeah, he looks like Emperor Palpatine.
He probably does. Probably. So of course, Blade doesn't win the fight.
Well, no, because
it just like sunlight gets him, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but see, unlike the others, he can survive sunlight for longer than the other vampires.
Not much longer because it hurts still. Yeah. So it's fine, but then later on you see Nisa talking back at the base about the people giving Blade a lecture about team dynamics. Like, Blade, the way you talk to him, it's like you hate them. It's like, do you know what the fuck I've been doing for the past 15 years?
Well, plus is like they were made to kill him anyway, right?
Yeah, you have a team. All of those people were trained to kill me. Right?
Yeah. It's like I can hate them.
It's like I can't hate these fucks?
It's like it's not like they love me either.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they want to kill me.
Yeah. You think that they feel any better that I have an explosive tied to one of the back of someone's head?
Or he also said he had explosives in his jacket too.
Yeah, but that was when they were meeting the vampires in the beginning. Which that's just etiquette, right? I'd be disrespected if you didn't bring, explosives in your jacket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Blade, you come to my fucking house, you don't have explosives on you? I'm disappointed.
It's like, you know what? Time to use my Emperor Palpatine lightning.
And just freaking, shoot up the fucking place. So, I don't know. Blade and Scud and Whistler come out later on and they freaking invent solar grenades. It looks cool.
Yep.
That's moving on. So, you also can see Blade showing some more feelings for Nisa. Fine. Exposition, whatever. So the team ends up going to the sewer system where Whistler found that one Reaper and they're just moving on, right?
Yep.
And the sewer system kind of has a bit of a creepiness to it,
I guess.
Just a little bit, not much. It's really more like industrial sewer because I'm like, what sewer really looks like that? But then again, I haven't been in sewers, so I couldn't tell you. So
I don't hang out. I don't hang out in sewers too much.
Ever since I saw the first It when I was 7, I don't go in sewers.
So before that, you were always in the sewer.
I just lived. I had a whole entire clubhouse down there. No, I mean
Then you heard about the clown It moving in. You're like, all right, we're out of the sewers now.
Well, you don't understand. That movie fucked me up as a 7-year-old. Okay, it really fucked me up. My dad should not have been showing me that movie. But whatever. I saw it and it fucked me up. I didn't see part 2 until I was an adult because I could handle it then. I still can't really handle it, but whatever. So, by the time the vampires get down there into the sewer and they start freaking looking around and stuff like that, you see my man Donnie Yen go out like a bitch.
Yep.
He's sitting there freaking just getting raped in the dark, and just freaking getting torn up and everything like that. Just in time to sit there and, go out like a complete bitch. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I was just upset. I was like, can't he fucking go out like a badass? Like when all the freaking vampires were freaking swarming everybody, or the Reapers were swarming everybody, couldn't you sit there and be slicing and dicing until they fucking eventually get him? No, of course you can't. Not in here. I didn't like that part, but whatever. So, for the most part, most of the blood pack die here in the sewers, and Blade looks cool, especially when he starts to freaking, kick the light bomb and it goes off and it kills all those Reapers.
Yep.
I thought that was pretty dope, and
He's also like on a post, just kicking, punching people and slicing them and making them fall off something.
Oh fuck yeah, it was awesome. That whole entire scene was fucking great. But then like Blade is ambushed, and Whistler gets captured, and so on and so forth. So it's like, whatever. They always have to catch the hero, right?
Yeah, so he can just break out.
Yeah, and so while in captivity, the whole plan gets revealed right then and there. The vampires are trying to make daywalkers, and they ended up freaking making the Reapers that actually feed on vampires to take out the vampire so that they can be the dominant species. And then after that, those species will be eventually, take out the humans. But what the full plan was to have they're trying to make daywalkers that actually can daywalk. So
they don't want to put sunscreen on like the last guy, Frost.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need is some sunscreen. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, Frost just put on sunscreen.
Yeah, that's all he needed.
Couldn't that old guy vampire just jump into a pool of sunscreen?
He didn't try. So, you heard that?
No,
I heard something come out of the mic. So after Blade's captured, Nomak invades the facility. They start to fucking try to torture Blade and take his blood so they can create
daywalkers.
They can figure out how they can create more daywalkers and stuff like that. Whistler manages to escape. And then while Whistler is escaping, the lawyer that's in front of Blade taking his blood is standing there, and Whistler fucking shoots that motherfucker's nuts off.
Yeah.
Like the dude's just underneath the fucking floor shooting this fucking lawyer who's like getting him, and he just shoots his nuts off.
And then just keeps shooting him over and over again.
Yeah, like he wasn't dead after the first time.
He's like, bam, bam, bam. And I'm like, what's the lawyer gonna do to you?
He wasn't gonna do shit, but now he's especially not gonna do shit.
I guess the Whistler hates lawyers. He just kept shooting them over and over again.
Most people in this country hate lawyers, so there that is. So Blade, is weak. He needs blood. He goes off. He fucking falls into a giant vat of blood. I guess it's supposed to look like epic or some shit, and it kind of does. He falls in the blood. He gets healed.
He's like about to fall in while he's getting shot. He's like, oh!
Did not make that sound. But he probably did, because it was like they cut all the sound out except for like the gunshot.
Yeah.
So he could have been going. He could have been doing it. I don't know. So, Blade comes out of the blood. He's looking right at Reinhardt, who was the one shooting at him, and he looks cool. And then they give you the badass scene of Blade freaking fighting a bunch of guards. It looks cool. You can tell that that Guillermo del Toro, the director, likes wrestling, because the final move was a suplex.
Yeah.
I was like, that's awesome.
Brock Lesnar.
Huh?
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he just took him to Suplex City. Then he gets up. Reinhardt tries to kill him with a sword, and then Blade kills him with that same exact sword.
Yep.
And then, every single Blade movie has the glasses scene, Jalen.
Yeah.
Okay, where somebody, somehow glasses end up in his hand, and then he just puts them on and does whatever he's doing.
It's funny how, the glasses were nowhere to be found, and then Whistler just throws out some random glasses.
He's like, hey, I got some glasses for you. Oh, yeah? And they just flew in his hand. Blade didn't even, no look, first try. Boom. That's how awesome that is.
Why didn't Shade from Luke Cage do that? He always had sunglasses.
Who knows? I mean, Shade from Luke Cage, his glasses actually shot, Cyclops beams. So they wouldn't do that in this movie. I don't know why. They would have been awesome if they would have done that, but they didn't do that. But whatever. So Demaskinos and Nisa are trying to escape. Well, Demaskinos really, and Nisa shuts the door on him. And, when Nomak shows up, he tries to Emperor Palpatine him.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, man, join me.
He's like, join me.
Join me. I will make you the king of Sparta. That's pretty much what he's doing. But then, of course, Nomac's like, nah, no deal. And freaking rips his throat out. And then you see him turn into stone, which I'm like, okay, what the fuck is that all about? Well, he bleeds blue blood, and then he fucking turns to stone, and then the stone explodes.
So is he really a vampire?
He had to have been. I don't know what the fuck he was, but it caught me up. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
That's what happens when you drink blood for years and years. Your blood turns blue, and when you die, you become stone.
I guess. His blood did not look like... I mean, I'm going to say something stupid. His blood did not look like blood because it was blue. However, I mean, like, it didn't have the consistency of blood in the first place. It looked more like soap. You know what I'm saying? Like soap that hadn't been sudded up yet.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me. So, immediately after that, Nomak decides to freaking turn Nisa into a Reaper as well. So she's being infected. And then immediately Blade comes out.
With sunglasses on.
With his sunglasses on and freaking stabs Nomak with the sword. And then they have their final fight, right?
Yeah. And
Blade gets his ass whooped.
Yep.
Like, it's one of my favorite fights because the hero doesn't really win.
No.
And, like, he gets, like, lucky. So, Blade's sitting there freaking fighting, and Nomak is sitting there freaking just whipping ass and fucking throwing him, hitting his face up against the wall, kicking the shit out of him. It's badass. I loved it. I don't know how many times I watched that fight, but it was awesome. But like Blade only wins because he just happened to freaking be in the right place at the right time. One has to wonder if he did not land near that sword piece, would he have been able to kill Nomak?
Well, yeah, because you see, Blade has stronger plot armor now. Nomak's plot armor is now worn off because it's the final fight.
That's exactly right. Because, I mean, like, how much plot armor could they have? He literally had a bone encasing over his heart.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's time for me to freaking figure out how to get this thing under that bone.
Yeah, he's like, that bone protected you for all the movie, but now it's the final battle. You don't have protection now.
Yeah, now I can stab you in the heart.
Yeah.
So, he does, but then, like, Blade... like moves back, and then Nomak could have just pulled it out. He could have, but he decided, fucking finish it, and just stabs himself even further.
No, he's just like, you know what? It's the end of the movie. I'll do it for you.
Yeah, I got it. And then you see him catch on fire, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, is this the only? I thought it was the only Reaper that I had seen in the movie that freaking caught fire, but I was wrong. There's been other Reapers that caught fire. So, but I think it's the only one I've seen who's taken a stake to the heart and caught fire.
Yeah.
Right, in this whole movie. So, it was cool watching him burn and shit like that. And it was
it was cool watching him burn.
And it is what it is. I liked it. I thought it was good. So then Nisa, she wants to see the sun because she's turning into a Reaper, and so Blade's like, all right, I'll romantically take you outside, and we can look at the sun together
as you burn alive.
Yeah, it's somehow supposed to be romantic as she freaking turns to ash, because most of the vampires in this whole, I keep saying zombies, most of the vampires and Reapers in this whole movie, when they catch fire, they scream, it fucking burns, but she's just like, it's all right, I can take it or leave it. No big deal. Yeah. I'm good.
The other one's like, ah!
Yeah, everybody else screams. He's like, I'm good. It's romantic, all right? And it's supposed to be romantic, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. So, but then the movie does end with Blade, meeting up with the vampire that he spared in the beginning of the movie. Yeah. That vampire is going to it's called a peep show, son. Is what it's called. You put your money in, and then you get to watch a chick behind glass sit there and strip for you. that's what was supposed to happen.
But what really happens is that Blade is actually there.
Yeah.
He's in every single one.
Yeah, he's in every single, killed every single vampire in the back, just so that he could sit there and be like, okay, which one's opening? Which one's opening? That one's opening. All right, I'm gonna run over there real quick and just like stand over there with my hand on my chin, and just stabs this dude in the fucking head. Movie's over. Credits.
Yeah. See, the last movie ended with Russia.
Yeah, in Moscow. I don't know. I really like this movie.
Yeah, there's no way they could go wrong after this.
No, there's no way. I mean, it only gets better from here.
Yeah.
Now, you went into all these Blade movies not having seen a single one.
No.
So.
But I really liked 2.
2 was really good. What would you give it?
I guess like a 5.
I'm giving it a 5 myself.
Yeah.
I thought this was a great movie. Very little to complain about, other than the fact that they fucked over my boy Donnie Yen.
Yeah.
But other than that, I was all about this movie. I was in it the whole time. I could just sit down and watch this movie whenever.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That's the first number 5.
Yeah, it's higher than Flashpoint now.
For you, so Blade 2 is the line.
That's where you have to go now. See, Marvel can beat DC.
Yeah, at this point in time, Marvel was beating DC,
and now they are
still.
Yep.
Yeah, still. I mean, I think there was probably like a little flash in the pan, like just before the Avengers came out, or Iron Man came out. DC was kind of beating Marvel with their Christopher Nolan Batman movies, especially with The Dark Knight,
especially with Green Lantern.
Well, we don't talk about that, but we're going to talk about that, unfortunately, at some point in time. We'll get into that.
Oh, yeah, and Superman 4.
Superman 4, A Quest for Bullshit. So, look, hey, that was my first Superman movie, all right?
Oh, mine was Superman 1.
Yeah, but that's because I showed that to you first,
yeah.
Okay? See, my dad showed me part 4 first. Yeah. So that's what I went into. I started my DC movies with Superman 4.
I am Nuclear Man.
He didn't even say that at all. He never said his name was Nuclear Man. I went for years not knowing who this fucking guy was. But we're not talking about that right now.
Nah. We're talking about Superman 4 so much. It's like we can't not do it.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll do it. I promise. Okay. We'll talk about that fucking movie. So, but anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the Gentleman Juggcast with Gentleman Jugg and Son.
The
Son, Theodore Samson.
3 Theodore Sunson Roosevelt.
Esquire the Third.
Yes.
You have no idea what that means.
That's why I said yes.
You have no clue, you fucking idiot. All right. Well, thanks again for listening. I'm Gentleman Jugg.
And I'm still Son.
Thank you again. Hopefully you enjoyed the Juggcast. We'll see you next time.